Hello everyone, welcome to this general reading. My name is Sarah. Today I want you, before we even get started, just to imagine it's already done. That thing that you want to call forth, that thing that you have been desiring, wanting to manifest, that thing that I feel like brought you into this reading. I think the thing that you're seeking answers on right now, whatever it is, I want you just to close your eyes if you can, if it's safe, or just visualize within your heart that it's already done. I want you to feel whether it's calling in your soul tribe, your soulmate, your ideal body, your ideal career, success and abundance of all kinds, and it could be all those things. I want you to imagine that it's already done. And what we're going to do today in this reading, we're going to ask Spirit what you had to become, who you had to become to get to this place. So we're literally going to project ourselves into the future, and we're going to ask the cards a little bit about your journey, okay? What did my collective have to do to get to this place? Okay, so what we have first that I pulled is the Seven of Swords here. I feel like you had to overcome a lot of deception. So this is a card of trickery. It's like this cunning type of energy. I feel like you really had to mentally read between the lines. I think that things were not always what they seemed, or people in your past have not always been who they've said they are. And I feel like with this, you've had to become more discerning. I feel like you've become I think you've become more aware, whether it's your surroundings, people, places, things. But I want to get some more clarification on this. Okay, so you have the Knight of Swords energy next in this reading. And for me, I feel like there's been a lot of mental energy, a lot of energy just charging in, whether it's your thoughts, learning how to tame your thoughts. Maybe you've often, I'm almost getting someone getting carried away with thinking, almost like you feel like people have been against you in your life, and maybe that's not how it's always seemed. But again, let's get some more clarification of what you've come from. Okay, the Devil. Okay, so literally removing these chains, these toxic habits. So on the figures here in the Devil, the chains are so loose around their necks that they can remove them themselves at any point in time. I really feel like you've had to do a deep dive in your past, letting go of any negative thought patterns, past limitations. Maybe it was a habit like smoking or drinking. I don't know what it was for you, but there was something that you had to part ways with, something that you had to give up in order to get clarity now, and in order for you to charge forward into this new timeline, into this new manifestation. So I feel like you've really cleaned up your act here, so to speak. But I want to get one more card on this energy, just kind of letting us know about your journey, where you've come from. Okay, I love this. I love this so much. So this is the Nine of Cups energy here, and this is just the dream, the wish fulfilled. I feel like for someone out there, you embodied what you wanted to become. You acted as if you put yourself on this new timeline. Again, I really feel like this is in the words of Rocky Horror Picture Show, you didn't dream it, you became it, right? Don't dream it, be it. And I feel like through that practiced energy that you were able to just easily step into this new timeline. It was so effortless for you. Going back to the Seven of Swords energy, I feel like you really you cut through the noise, you cut through the crap, so to speak, whether that was just, you know, exercising out or cutting out anything that didn't serve you anymore. Again, any kind of vices, any type of like mental thinking, any type of mental block. Again, Knight of Swords, I feel like you were just charging through that, literally blasting through that. And you took this very seriously. You truly embodied and became the thing that you wanted to attract. You fully impersonated this new you on this future timeline. So with that said, now that we kind of have a better understanding of the journey, the person we had to become, the things that we had to let go of to get to this point, I want to ask Spirit next, this future you, so to speak, what do we need to do to steward, to grow, to maintain this new lifestyle, right? Because any kind of change is going to come with maintenance. Okay, Knight of Wands. I'm almost getting with this almost immediately, like keep stoking that inner fire. Like don't let these new habits go, this new way of thinking go. Keep charging through. Knights, you know, they come in with a like this speed, this level of urgency. I'm almost getting like an Aries energy, and maybe I am reading for an Aries right now, a fire sign, or perhaps you have a lot of fire in your birth chart. But I'm just getting like don't let that inner fire fade. Keep stoking the fire. Keep up with this new lifestyle, these new habits. Keep charging through. And we'll get some more clarification, obviously, on that. Okay, Four of Swords here. Let me pull up some more cards here. Four of Swords, Queen of Swords. We're getting a lot of Swords energy, which makes me think this is all very mental energy. Okay, and Three of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful. So speaking to the Four of Swords energy, you know, that is a card of rest, relaxation, recovery. Don't forget, with all of this, you know, beautiful energy, with you charging ahead and with all this excitement right now, and I know that I think right now too, astrologically speaking, Mars is going through Taurus right now, so it's a lot, you know, a lot going on, a lot of fiery energy at this specific point in time. And of course, this is a timeless reading, so whenever this finds you, this message is meant to find you. So just bearing in mind with this energy, you know, it is important to take moments of rest, take time to replenish yourself, focus on self-care too. This is going to be definitely a balancing act. I know oftentimes when we're moving into a new timeline, we can experience like weird, almost like a spiritual flu, like ascension symptoms, so to speak. And so I think it's more important than ever as you're ushering into this new timeline, as you are projecting yourself into this new future, it's going to be so vital just to take that much needed rest and recovery in your life right now. So make sure that you're balancing that with this very active energy. But speaking to the Queen of Swords, it's like, I think you're going to be approaching this new you, this new timeline, and maintaining through a lot of logic, a lot of wisdom. I feel like you've had to, again, overcome so much and cut so much out of your life. Again, just, I'm almost getting like you're cutting through the noise. Like I also get like a no nonsense energy with this Queen of Swords energy. You know, she knows what's for her. She doesn't put up with a whole lot, and she definitely knows how to create boundaries. And I think maybe that's another part of this equation here, is learning to fortify and to protect this new gift that's come into your life. And then also make sure you're taking time to celebrate, which is going to kind of segue into my next question here for the cards. You know, how can we express gratitude? How can we express thanks for the gifts we've been given? Because, you know, gratitude And appreciation, that's what kickstarts the receiving process, right? The more appreciative we can be in our lives, the more thankful, the more grateful we can be. The universe inevitably wants us to bless us with more. So the more that we can praise that, the more that we can find times to connect with others and to celebrate that, it's just going to continue to stoke that fire that we talked about. So again, I want to ask the cards, how can we say thank you for these gifts we've been given? How can we honor, these are some good cards here. How can we honor this gift? How can we give back? I think that's so important. So, you know what? I'm just gonna start with this card here. So, Queen of Pentacles energy. Yeah, it's like giving back, nurturing ourselves, our loved ones. I'm almost getting like she has so much, she has enough for herself. She's independent. She's a self-made woman. And regardless of how you identify, this is just energy that I'm speaking to right now, not specifically gender. But she has more than enough for herself that she can give back. She can reinvest in her community. She can leave a legacy. She can bless her loved ones, that she has enough for herself and for others as well. So giving back to the collective is only going to generate more for you. And then we have here the Nine of Swords. It's so funny. I don't know why I had a feeling we were gonna get this card. So I have some theories about this one. So the quilt depicted in this picture has all the different zodiac signs on it. And then you see also these 9 swords suspended above this figure's head. And this person obviously looks distressed, not getting adequate sleep. This is like a card of anxiety, paranoia. I often think of like Groundhog's Day with this, like just the same circle of events repeating over and over and over again. And I think one way we can thank the universe, so to me, this is just my take on this card. This is not gospel at all, but for me, these 9 swords depict parallel timelines. And it's up to us to, in order to like break this spell, to get out of this vicious cycle of Groundhog's Day, feeling like everything's the same again, we have to deliberately choose which timeline we want to occupy. So I think part of giving thanks to the universe, as a token of appreciation, don't fall back into old habits. Don't fall back into your old way of living. And again, I mentioned before on here that there's like different zodiac signs depicted and imprinted here on this quilt. And for me, I feel like that's like all of these life experiences, or these like parallel timelines, and these like collective experiences that you've gathered over the years. And so one way I feel like you can honor the universe at this time is to not fall victim to your old life again. Don't go back there. Don't talk about it. Tell a new story. There's so much power in that. And again, going back to that 9 of Cups, we have to embody it. We have to be it, right? Which leads me to my last 2 cards, which we have the 2 of Pentacles, so Earth energy. It's like that balancing act, right? You're gonna have to balance your hard work. You know what? I don't like using hard work. I want to say aligned action with rest and recreation. Again, going back to that 4 of Swords energy, making sure that we're juggling things appropriately. That this is going to be a new balancing act for us because we've never been on this timeline before. So there's going to be a lot to juggle, but I think Spirit is just asking you just to be patient with yourself. And yeah, it's like this equal give and take of taking aligned action and being in that receptive mode, okay? And then last but not least, we have the 3 of Swords here. So this is a card of heartbreak. This is a card of, for me, it's like this is like unbreaking your own heart, so to speak. And those swords are suspended there deep. And I just feel like maybe there was something in the past that maybe didn't pan out the way you had desired. Maybe you're recovering from a job loss or a heartbreak, a literal heartbreak with somebody that you loved and that you cared for. A past disappointment, just something not panning out the way that you thought it would. And I feel like, again, going back to that Nine of Swords, I really feel like Spirit is calling you to just to take those swords out. It's like healing your own heart. Take that time to heal. So perhaps we do need to take that time so that we don't fall back into those old patterns or those old ways of being, right? With that devil energy that we had earlier. Yeah, whether that's like inner child work, you know, any type of like healing modality. A big one for me is yoga. So whatever it takes just to heal yourself so that we don't fall back into this old way of being. That's one additional way that you can give thanks and honor the universe and become thankful for where you're at right now. So I wanted to pull an oracle card while we're at it. So this is the Pure Magic Oracle that I'm going to be using. This was a gift from a friend. And I kind of just want to close out our message with an oracle message here and just see what Spirit has to leave us with. Okay. You know, it's so weird. I was about to say ancestors and guides. You got the first card here. I don't know if you could see that well. Number 1, ancestors, beautiful. It says here below, family, survival, death, worship. Okay, I feel like Spirit is telling me, write like a letter or set up like an altar for your ancestors if that's your jam or if that's your thing, or just simply say a prayer, maybe light some incense. Like, I think, yeah, what I feel like Spirit is telling me right now is that a way to honor this new timeline, this new place that you're stepping into. Don't forget to honor those who came before you and made all of this possible, right? I have a permanent ofrenda in my dining room where I keep pictures up of my loved ones, of those who have passed on, so I never forget. And I continue to honor them daily, every time I walk by and I can see them there. So yeah, I feel like Spirit is just telling me just to tell you, the viewer, the collective, that now would be a good time just to engage in some type of like ancestor worship or just some type of way to honor, you know, those that have come before you. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have enjoyed this message. Thank you for being here for my first tarot reading and oracle reading. I wanted to also invite you all to check out my sister channel, The Way Om Yoga. So if you're new to yoga, if you're a little bit curious about how to move your body mindfully, I would love for you to check out The Way Om, and I'll have a link down below in the description for that. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.